Portsmouth is an independent city located in the U.S.commonwealth of Virginia. As of the 2010 census, the population was 95,535. It is part of the Hampton Roads metropolitan area. The Norfolk Naval Shipyard, often called the Norfolk Navy Yard, is a historic and active U.S. Navy facility that is actually located in Portsmouth rather than Norfolk. The original name, Gosport, was changed to Norfolk to reflect its location in Norfolk County, VA. The shipyard upgrades, remodels, and repairs ships of the U.S. Navy and is one of the few facilities in the world with the capability to dry dock an aircraft carrier. Directly opposite Norfolk, the city of Portsmouth also has miles of waterfront land on the Elizabeth River as part of the harbour of Hampton Roads. There is a ferry boat that takes riders back and forth across the water between downtown Norfolk and Oldie Town, Portsmouth. History. Portsmouth is located on the western side of the Elizabeth River directly across from the city of Norfolk. In 1620, the future site of Portsmouth was recognized as suitable shipbuilding location by John Wood, a shipbuilder, who petitioned King James I of England for a land grant. The surrounding area was soon settled as a plantation community. Portsmouth was founded by Colonel William Crawford, a member of the Virginia House of Burgesses. It was established as a town in 1752 by an act of the Virginia General Assembly and was named for Portsmouth, England. In 1855, the Portsmouth and Norfolk area suffered an epidemic of yellow fever which killed 1 of every 3 citizens. It became an independent city from Norfolk County in 1858. In 1767, Andrew Sprowler, a shipbuilder, founded the Gosport shipyard adjacent to Portsmouth. The Gosport shipyard at Portsmouth was owned by the Commonwealth of Virginia after the American Revolutionary War and was sold to the new United States federal government. During the American Civil War, in 1861, Virginia joined the Confederate States of America. Fearing that the Confederacy would take control of the shipyard at Portsmouth, the shipyard commander ordered the burning of the shipyard. The Confederate forces did in fact take over the shipyard, and did so without armed conflict through an elaborate ruse orchestrated by civilian railroad builder William Mahone. The Union forces withdrew to Fort Monroe across Hampton Roads, which was the only land in the area which remained under Union control. In early 1862, the Confederate ironclad warship CSS Virginia was rebuilt using the burned-out Hulkabus Merrimack. Virginia engaged the Union ironclad US Monitor in the famous Battle of Hampton Roads during the Union blockade of Hampton Roads. The Confederates burned the shipyard again when they left in May 1862. Following the recapture of Norfolk and Portsmouth by the Union forces, the name of the shipyard was changed to Norfolk Naval Shipyard. The name of the shipyard was derived from its location in Norfolk County. The Norfolk Naval Shipyard today is located entirely within the city limits of Portsmouth, Virginia. The Norfolk Naval Shipyard name has been retained to minimize any confusion with the Portsmouth Naval Shipyard, which itself is actually located in Kittery, Maine, across the Piscataqua River from Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Portsmouth was the county seat of Norfolk County until 1963 when the new city of Chesapeake was formed in a political consolidation with the city of South Norfolk. Portsmouth's other county neighbor, the former Nansemond County, also consolidated with a smaller city, forming the new city of Suffolk in 1974. One of the older cities of Hampton Roads. In the early 21st century, Portsmouth was undergoing moderate urban renewal in the downtown. The APM Maersk Marine Terminal for container ships opened in 2007 in the West Norfolk section. Historic sites. Oldie Town. The Oldie Town section features one of the largest collections of historically significant homes between Alexandria, Virginia and Charleston, South Carolina. For example, located in Oldie Town is Emmanuel African Methodist Episcopal Church, which was built by slaves and freemen and is the second oldest building in Portsmouth and the city's oldest black church. The city contains a number of other historic buildings, as well, including the Pass House, which was built in 1841 by Judge James Murdoch and occupied by Union troops from 1862 to 1865. Federal forces required Portsmouth residents to obtain a written pass to travel across the Elizabeth River and beyond. These passes were issued from the English basement and thus the name of Pass House was derived. The Hill House, four-story 1825 English basement home, furnished entirely with original family belongings. It is evident from the furnishings that the Hill family were avid collectors and lived graciously over a period of 150 years. The house remains in its original condition, with limited renovation through the years. Cedar Grove Cemetery, established in 1832, Cedar Grove Cemetery is the oldest city-owned cemetery in Portsmouth. Listed on the Virginia and National Registers of Historic Sites, the cemetery is noted for its funerary art and the civic, business, maritime, religious and military leaders who are buried there. Historical markers placed throughout the cemetery allow for self-guided tours. The cemetery is located between Effingham Street and Fort Lane in Oldie Town, Portsmouth. Entrance is through the south gate to the cemetery, located on London Boulevard. Geography. Portsmouth is located at 36 degrees 49 minutes 52 seconds north, 76 degrees 20 minutes 44 seconds west, 36.83111 degrees north, 76.34556 degrees west, 36.83111, minus 76.34556. According to the United States Census Bureau, the city has a total area of 47 square miles, of which 34 square miles is land and 13 square miles is water. Cityscape. Portsmouth has a long history as a port town and city. The Oldie Town Business and Historical District is located in the downtown area, where a combination of preservation and redevelopment has been underway. An example is Hawthorne Hotel and Suites at the Governor Dinwiddie Hotel, which was renovated and reopened in 2005 after being closed for more than 10 years. It has been recognized by Historic Hotels of America, a program of the National Trust for Historical Preservation that identifies hotels that have maintained their historical integrity, architecture and ambience and provides resources for their preservation. The historic hotel was named for Governor Robert Dinwiddie, who was the administrative head of the colony of Virginia during the time Portsmouth was founded in 1752. It was largely through his efforts that Virginia survived the French and Indian War relatively well. Other points of interest include the Portsmouth City Park, featuring the 2-feet narrow-gauge Portsmouth City Railroad with an operating chance ride CP Huntington locomotive named Pokey Smoky II. The original Pokey Smoky locomotive was built by Crown Metal Products and ran at the park for many years before being sold at auction. It now runs on the Mid-East Railroad in Eddyville and Carthage, North Carolina. Government. Portsmouth is governed under the council-manager form of government. The current mayor of Portsmouth, Virginia is Kenneth I. Wright, who was elected November 2, 2010 for the remainder of the unexpired term to end December 31, 2012, and re-elected on November 6, 2012. The City Hall building, located at 801 Crawford Street, is the regular meeting place of the City Council of the City of Portsmouth, Virginia. The City Council is a legislative body served by 6 members, elected for 4-year terms. Education. Secondary schools. There are 3 public high schools in Portsmouth, Virginia, located at 3 corners of the city. In the northwest section of the city, off Cedar Lane, is Churchland High School. In the downtown section of the city, off London Boulevard, High Street, is I.C. Norcombe High School. In the southwest section of Portsmouth, on Elmhurst Lane, is Woodrow Wilson High School. Higher education. There are a number of institutions of higher education in and within close proximity to Portsmouth. The city is home to the Tri-Cities Higher Education Centre of Old Dominion University, a public research university founded in 1930 whose main campus is located in Norfolk, Virginia. Portsmouth is also home to the Fred W. Beasley Portsmouth campus of Tidewater Community College, a two-year higher education institution founded in 1968 in Southampton Roads, with additional campuses located in Chesapeake, Norfolk, and Virginia Beach. Climate. Portsmouth's mild, humid subtropical climate means outdoor activities can be enjoyed year-round. The weather in Portsmouth is temperate and seasonal. Summers are hot and humid with warm evenings. The mean annual temperature is 65 degrees Fahrenheit, with an average annual snowfall of 3 inches and an average annual rainfall of 47 inches. No measurable snow fell in 1999. The wettest seasons are the spring and summer, although rainfall is fairly constant all year round. The highest recorded temperature was 105.0 degrees Fahrenheit in 1980. The lowest recorded temperature was -3.0 degrees Fahrenheit on January 21, 1985. Additionally, the geographic location of the city, with respect to the principal storm tracks, is especially favorable, as it is south of the average path of storms originating in the higher latitudes, and north of the usual tracks of hurricanes and other major tropical storms. Snow falls rarely, averaging 3 inches per season. Transportation. From the earliest development, Portsmouth has been oriented to the water. In the 1830s, it was the first community in Hampton Roads to receive a new land transportation innovation, railroad service. The Portsmouth and Roanoke Railroad, a predecessor of the Seaboard Airline Railroad, extended to the rapids of the Roanoke River on its fall line near Weldon, North Carolina. It was to be 20 more years before its bigger neighbor, the city of Norfolk, also received a rail line, in 1858. When the Norfolk and Petersburg Railroad was completed, Portsmouth is primarily served by the Norfolk International Airport, now the region's major commercial airport. The airport is located near Chesapeake Bay, along the city limits of neighboring Norfolk and Virginia Beach. 7 airlines provide non-stop services to 25 destinations. WRF had 3,703,664 passengers take off or land at its facility and 68,778,934 pounds of cargo were processed through its facilities. Newport News. Williamsburg International Airport also provides commercial air service for the Hampton Roads area. The Chesapeake Regional Airport provides general aviation services and is located 5 miles outside the city limits. In the 21st century, the city has access to lines of CSX transportation, Norfolk Southern and 3 short-line railroads. Portsmouth is served by Interstate 264 and Interstate 664, which is part of the Hampton Roads Beltway. U.S. Route 17 and U.S. Route 58 pass through. The Elizabeth River is crossed via the Midtown Tunnel, the Downtown Tunnel and Barclay Bridge combination. Transportation within the city, as well as the other cities of Hampton Roads, is served by a regional bus service, Hampton Roads Transit. Demographics. As of the census of 2010, there were 95,535 people, 38,170 households, and 25,497 families residing in the city. The population density was 3,032.7 people per square mile. There were 41,605 housing units at an average density of 1,254.7 per square mile. The racial makeup of the city was 53.3% African American, 41.6% white, 0.4% Native American, 1.1% Asian, 0.1% Pacific Islander, 1.0% from other races, and 2.6% from two or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 3.1% of the population. There were 38,170 households, out of which 30.6% had children under the age of 18 living with them, 41.1% were married couples living together, 10.9% have a female household with no husband present, and 33.2% were non-families. 27.5% of all households were made up of individuals, and 10.8% had someone living there alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.51 and the average family size was 3.05. In the city, the population was spread out, with 25.7% under the age of 18, 11.1% from 18 to 24, 29.1% from 25 to 44, 20.3% from 45 to 64, and 13.8% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 34 years. For every 100 females there were 93.5 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 90.6 males. The median income for a household in the city was $46,340, and the median income for a family was $53,769. Males had a median income of $39,871 versus $33,140 for females. The per capita income for the city was $23,108. About 13.5% of families and 16.7% of the population were below the poverty line, including 27.1% of those under age 18 and 10.8% of those age 65 or over. Media. Portsmouth's daily newspaper is the Virginian Pilot, with the Currents being the Portsmouth edition of the Sunday paper. Other papers include the New Journal and Guide, and the Hampton Roads Business Journal. Hampton Roads magazine serves as a bi-monthly regional magazine for Portsmouth and the Hampton Roads area. The Hampton Roads Times serves as an online magazine for all the Hampton Roads cities and counties. Portsmouth is served by a variety of radio stations on the AM and FM dials, with towers located around the Hampton Roads area. Portsmouth is also served by several television stations. The Hampton Roads designated market area is the 42nd largest in the U.S., with 712,790 homes. The major network television affiliates are WTKR-TV3, Wavy 10, WVEC-TV13, WGNT-27, WTVZ-33, WVBT-43, and WPXV-49. The public broadcasting service stations are WHRO-TV15, Hampton, Norfolk, and WUND-TV2, Edenton, NC. Portsmouth residents also can receive independent stations, such as WSKY broadcasting on Channel 4 from the Outer Banks of North Carolina, and WGBS-LD broadcasting on Channel 11 from Hampton. Portsmouth is served by Cox Cable and Verizon FiOS. DirecTV and Dish Network are also popular as an alternative to cable television in Portsmouth. Wavy TV and WVBT-TV are both sister stations owned by Media General and have their office and studio located in the city. Sports teams. The Portsmouth Cavaliers are a basketball team founded in 2010 and scheduled to begin play in the American Basketball Association for the 2011-12 season. Based in Portsmouth, Virginia, the Cavaliers play their home games at the Chick-fil-A Fieldhouse on the campus of Portsmouth Catholic Regional School. Portsmouth is also the home of the Portsmouth Mustangs semi-pro football. Sister cities. Portsmouth, United Kingdom; Dunedin, New Zealand; Arizaba, Mexico; Eldoret, Kenya; Goree Island, Senegal. Notable people: V.C. Andrews, best-selling novelist; Ruth Brown, R&B singer and actress; Bebe Buell, Playboy playmate, fashion model, singer, mother of Liv Tyler; John T. Castine III, President of the University of Virginia, born in Portsmouth; Jamin Elliott, former NFL wide receiver with the Chicago Bears, New England Patriots, and Atlanta Falcons; member of the Super Bowl 38 champion New England Patriots team; Missy Elliott, recording artist, award-winning producer, singer-songwriter, dancer, actress and clothing line designer; Perry Ellis, fashion designer who founded a sportswear house in the mid-1970s; Mordecai Gifter, among the foremost American religious leaders of Orthodox Jewry in the late 20th century; Chandler Harper, winner of the 1950 PGA Golf Championship; James W. Holley, III, politician, first African-American mayor of any Hampton Roads city; Ben Jones, actor, Cooter on The Dukes of Hazzard, United States Congressman, moved to Portsmouth as a child; Gillian Kesner-Graver, actress; Jack T. Kirby, historian of the southern United States, who was awarded the Bancroft Prize for his 2006 book Mockingbird Song, Ecological Landscapes of the South. Nathan McCall is an African-American author who grew up in the Cavalier Manor section of Portsmouth, Virginia. Pete Mikolayevsky, American football player. James Murphy, metal guitarist, who has been a member of the bands Death, Testament, Obituary and Disincarnate. Tommy Newsom, assistant band leader for the Johnny Carson Band. Patton Oswalt, writer, stand-up comedian, and actor. Wanda Sykes, writer, stand-up comedian, and actress. Ted Thomas, Sr., Pentecostal African-American preacher, pastor of New Community Temple Church of God in Christ. Mike Watt, American bassist, singer and songwriter. Dave Smith, American poet, novelist, critic, and editor.